Welcome guys, welcome to Muse Tarot. Today's tarot pick a card reading will be about messages from your inner child. Your inner child is your past self, and it's going from kind of birth till yesterday. This is all your inner child, but I will concentrate on the inner child as being an actual child. There's also something called an inner teenager. I don't resonate with this. But if you want to see it as messages from your inner teenager, then it's also about that. But today's reading will be about messages from your inner child. We do have 3 piles today. We have pile 1 with this tiger's eye. We have pile 2 with rose quartz. And we have pile 3 with the black tourmaline. Just meditate, do whatever you need to do to relax, and if you want to meditate very shortly, just pick the pile that you feel drawn to. If you feel drawn to several piles, you can pick several, and if you feel drawn to each pile, you can choose each pile. Just meditate or calm down, breathe deeply, and choose your piles, and I will see you in your pile. Bye! Welcome pile 1, welcome to your reading if you chose the first pile or this beautiful tiger's eye. To be honest, tiger's eye is like one of my favorite crystals besides black tourmaline and bloodstone and rose quartz. Like, I love tiger's eye so much. I feel very connected to it. I think it's even my birthstone. Like, I'm a Sagittarius. I think tiger's eye and also amethyst. Amethyst is like one of my favorites. It's so freaking beautiful, and citrine. But yeah, that's your pile. Welcome. So today we are going to look into messages from your inner child. First, we are going to look into your situation, what kind of situation you are in, to see if you feel if you resonate with it, and to see if it is your pile. Then after that, we are going to look into messages from your inner child. Your inner child can be anyone from literally your birth till yesterday. Like, every past self of us is our inner child, but mostly our inner like our child time. There's also something called inner teenager. I don't really resonate with that, to be honest, but if you feel like you resonate with that, this can also be messages from your inner teenager. So, but I will concentrate, to be honest, on like the younger years of your life. So yeah, we're going to see what your inner child has to say to you, and let's start. What kind of situation is pile 1 in, Spirit? What kind of situation is pile 1 in? Should I use these? It's like a lot. Okay, Spirit said yes. Okay, we've got 7 of Swords. Immediately, the first thing that I get from this is that there might be, take what resonates, of course, there are coming a lot of messages, to be honest. First thing, there might be a trickster spirit around you, a spirit who literally uses you, lies to you, gives you bad information. Like, you may be questioning why like every guidance spirit gives you is like a lie or something that didn't happen, or like false promises. And this is a trickster spirit around you. Like, they are just there to hurt you. They want to use you, and your spirit guides really want you to banish them, or to call on your spirit guides to help, like to get help. To be honest, you could also be a shaman, like shamanism, because I just saw, like, I am learning about shamanism right now myself, and I just met a power animal that is working with me, and I just saw them, and it feels like there's a power animal around you. Maybe you're working with spirit guides, maybe you're working as a shaman. You don't have to be one to work with power animals though. You can also be a witch, or just a practitioner of magic, or just someone who works with spirit, who feels very connected to spirit. So yeah, it might be that. Or there might be a person who really did you dirty, who used you, who betrayed you, lied to you. Maybe someone cheated on you. Maybe you have like trouble with your relationship right now, in your romantic relationship. Maybe you just got out of a relationship. It is coming up a lot, to be honest. But it feels like something bad happened, or something bad is going to happen. Like, I don't want to scare you, but maybe you had an argument with your partner and now you are thinking of breaking up with them. That's what I mean with something bad is going to happen. Like, ending a relationship doesn't have to be something bad, but it can be. So it really feels like that. It feels like you have like a lot of struggle. Maybe something else that is coming up is maybe you have problems with your family right now. Maybe you've had an argument with your mom. It feels like divine feminine. Like, we have both in us, divine masculine and divine feminine, but it feels like a mother, to be honest, or a mother figure. So yeah, maybe also an argument with a best friend, or a friend that you just newly met. Feels like that. Or something else that's coming up, that's a lot. Something else that's coming up is maybe you're struggling with yourself right now. Maybe you did shadow work and now you're struggling with yourself, like to see yourself in a good light. Maybe you have a very hate relationship with yourself, like being very hateful towards you, not treating you nicely, talking down on you, being hard on yourself. It might also be that. So then we have the King of Wands in reverse. You might be a very creative person, and it might be that you are a fire sign, like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but mostly Sagittarius is coming through. Like, you don't have to be a Sagittarius for you to resonate, and also you don't have to be a Sag Sun. Can also be your big three, or you have a Stallion, or it might be in your Mercury. Or your Mercury might be in a fire sign, I mean. It really feels like Sagittarian energy, to be honest. And that's also, yeah, you might be very creative, like an artist, or you're doing it for a hobby. I just saw someone typing on a laptop, so maybe you're writing on a book. Maybe you read books. We've got the Tower in reverse. It might even be that you had an argument with your grandma or your ancestors, or your ancestors really want to work with you, or you had, again, with the spirit problem, maybe you thought you talked with your ancestors and they were like really rude and just not nice to you, and now you're questioning if you did something wrong. And it might also be that you have worked with wrong ancestors. That's absolutely possible. You should stay away from addicts and selfish people, because it doesn't change when they pass over. They might influence you to do hazardous, oh my god, I can't pronounce this word, dangerous things. And like, we have thousands of ancestors, but for example, I only work closely with 3 of them. Like, only 3, and I have so many ancestors because I cannot trust the other ancestors, or not as much. And these 3 ancestors really want my highest good and really care for me. So it might be that you, yeah, have like an ancestor around you who is like treating you really badly, and your spirit guides really set the intention that your spirit guides protect you from any ancestor that is selfish or is trying to hurt you. So they're going to keep them away, like keep these people away, and only allow good ancestors to come through. Okay, and what kind of situation is pile 1 in? We've got the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. You might have money problems. Might be that you're struggling with money lately. Maybe your last paycheck was really bad, or you have like you owe people money. That's like the first time something like this comes up in my reading. But it feels like you owe someone money and you struggle with money, or you just don't get enough. You deserve more. That's the thing. You probably have this money blockage, and also a blockage in the sacral chakra of receiving money. And mostly people don't see it when they have it, because they are like, no, I know that I deserve money. But it really feels like you have a money blockage, like you have a blockage in your sacral chakra, because the sacral chakra is all about receiving, being able to receive, being able to be in the divine feminine. Divine feminine is all about receiving the things that she deserves. And it feels like you might have a blockage there, that you might really feel like you don't deserve money, or that money is bad, that money is only hurtful, and yeah, you might struggle with money. So we've got the King of Cups in reverse. You might have trust issues, and you might be a little bit moody. And your spirit guides say to me, you might be affected very much by the moon, so they want you to keep a journal and to really write down the moon phases and how you feel this day. They want you to look into something that I have learned on my path of being a witch. I found out on which moon phase I was born, and I realized that every time the same moon phase comes up, I feel like very energetic and feel very happy. And when the opposite moon phase comes up, I feel very like very low, very exhausted. And I was born at the full moon, so the best time for me is really the full moon, and I feel like amazing on the full moon. And when there is a new moon, I really suffer. And your spirit guides really want you to look a little bit into that. If you have like this, like you might have a moon sign in a moon in a water sign, so maybe you might be a Pisces moon or a Scorpio or a Cancer moon. They can be very moody because they are connected with the water element, and the water element is moving all the time. It's changing all the time. It's adapting to anything you fill it in. Like if you have water and you fill it in a glass, it becomes the form of the glass. Like it's very changeable. So it might be that you are a moon sign, like a moon water sign. You could also be a Gemini, to be honest, because Geminis can be moody too, or a Taurus, to be honest. So look a little bit into that. It might help you to find out where your moon sign is, and which house, and in which planet. In which sign, sorry, not planet. And your Saturn and your Jupiter is also very important, and your sun sign. So look into that. You can literally just use a natal chart calculator on Google, and it will show you everything that you need to know, and then you can Google all the things. Again, we have the moon in reverse. It's just, again, this moon energy, this Cancer moody energy. Like, not every Cancer is moody, but it's like a trait of them that like, I'm a Cancer moon, I'm super moody, and I'm super affected by the moon phases, so nothing to be ashamed of here. You might struggle with fear to get lost, fear, like you might have a lot of anxiety and don't trust people and might be very hurt. And it really might be that you struggle with trust, that you believe that everything and everyone is going to hurt you, that the universe is going to hurt you. You're very near divine masculine. You don't trust, and there will be a reason for that. It's okay to not trust. It's okay to feel hurt. That's like so normal, and we just have to work on that, and there's nothing shameful about it. And I just saw Crow, which was a confirmation for me. Maybe also for you, if crows are like special signs for you. And also Anubis, like I have his little statue here. So, you might have a lot of struggle with trusting in anything, believing in anything. Maybe you always think people will hurt you, people will come after you and just be mean and just be rude. And maybe you learned it from your family. Maybe your family treated you really badly, and it kept with you, like it stayed with you. You met many people in this lifetime that hurt you. Maybe you had a partner who cheated on you, for example. Like, I'm thinking of myself because I resonate with this pile very much. I was betrayed so many times. I was like, my trust was used. I was, trigger warning, 3, 2, 1. I was abused. I had an abusive relationship. I was forced to have sex and all of these things. And I have like a lot of trust issues, and I still have even trust issues with spirit. Like, I have moments where I don't trust spirit because I'm like, that's not possible. Like, how could they help me? And it's okay to feel like that. We have the 9 of Pentacles. What Spirit says with this is the money issue that you have will change. You are able, like you are a very strong soul. You are able to heal from these wounds. You are able to heal from this trust issue, from this hurt in anything that people did to you and just the universe did to you. Like, you survived all of it, and you should be proud of that. You survived all of it. Maybe you had even thoughts to unalive yourself, and you are still here, you're still fighting, and Spirit really recognizes that. Like, they are really saying you are an amazing person, okay? We've got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, what I get with this is you had a lot of tough lessons, like really tough lessons. You had people using you, treating you badly, cheating on you, lying, backstabbing you, talking behind your back, and these are still like tough lessons, and they follow you till, like, maybe you have nightmares of it, maybe you think a lot about it, maybe you have like anxiety, and Spirit is really saying everything will be better at some point, so keep fighting. Okay, let's see what kind of message your inner child has for you. Messages from the inner child of pile 1. Got the Moon in reverse. Your inner child wants you to believe in more things, wants you to believe that magic is real, that you can do witchcraft, that you can communicate with spirits, that you can heal. Your inner child really wants you to see that you are able to heal, that you are able to grow, and that you're an amazing person. I just see a child standing next to me and being like, hey, tell them they are amazing, because they don't know it. Like, they don't see it. And your inner child is really saying you are just great as you are. You are beautiful, handsome, you are so smart, you are so creative, and have so many good ideas. And like, the way you see the world is beautiful. The way you see the world is amazing. And things are bad. They recognize that, like, things are bad, and they accept it, and they know that you struggle, and that they know you have problems with how things are working out for you right now, but they really want to say to you, it's going to get better at some point, and you will not always have to fight. There will be moments where you can be happy. There is a future for you where you are happy and just fulfilled and have everything that you want, and you can have whatever you want. You can literally manifest anything you want, because you deserve it, and you should learn to love yourself more, because you are just so strong. Like, I see a lion, and I always connect lions with the strength card, so you are very strong. Okay, your inner child wants you to we've got the Four of Pentacles, wants you to learn a little bit more about manifestations, because it is possible, and it would help you with your struggles. Like, I just brought to sex magic, to be honest. Sex magic is very easy. You can either make it with a partner, or you can do it alone. And what you're going to do is you do your thing as you would normally do, and you think of the thing that you want. For example, if you want money, you either say the word money in your head a lot of times while having fun, or you imagine yourself being drowned in money, or anything like this. Like, you imagine this, you visualize this, what you want. And I don't know why sex magic is coming up, to be honest, but if it helps, maybe you are a witch in a closet, or just someone who keeps it a secret that they work with manifestations. Maybe you're just spiritual and not like haven't have that title. Is that right? I don't know. No, that's wrong. I think someone who has not that title. There it is. So yeah, we've got the Magician. Your inner child wants you to connect more with them. Do things that are fun, like go outside, go take a walk, climb on trees, play video games, play like gamble, not the dangerous version of gambling. I mean, like what like children play these games. Draw, be creative, crochet, do anything that would make your inner child happy. Like, you know your inner child, you know what you wanted to do as a child that you weren't able to. For example, like yeah, for example, I lived in poverty and I was not able to do a lot of things, so I do them now. I wasn't able to learn crocheting, and now I crochet a lot. I wasn't able to buy me expensive drawing tools, and now I can. So I use that. And your inner child really wants you to do that and to connect more with them and see like the beauty in the world. And um, for example, play with fairies. I really get play with fairies, have fun, imagine the trees talking to you, talk back, have a conversation with a plant, draw something, dance, sing, have fun. That's what your inner child says. We have the Three of Pentacles. What I get with this is you might be interested to get into art school. That might also be just something very, very specific for someone. But if you're interested into getting into this art school, your inner child is really saying, do it, try it. I want you to try it. Like, don't give up before you even try it. The inner child of you wants, like, really wants you to try it out. Something else I get with this, you will know if this resonates with you. There is a person that you need to let go of because they are not good for you. They are manipulative, and they are very low vibrational and very pessimistic, and they drag you down with their emotions. Like, they are very pessimistic and your inner child wants you to let go of them and do your own thing and try to not be pessimistic, okay? Okay, messages from the inner child of pile 1. Queen of Wands in reverse. Just let me see what I get from this. What's my with the Queen of Wands in reverse? Your inner child wants you to buy yourself plants. To connect more with plants. Plants can help you to ground. You can literally ask them to ground you, and they will help you to ground. And your inner child wants you to have plants because you can also talk to plants. You can have plants as friends, as allies, as like beings that are living with you, and you can see on them if you have problems with spirits because they protect you. You just have to ask them to protect you. You can put in the earth of them as like a little bit of eggshells, and say that it is for protection. That is one thing that you can do. You can make a sigil and put it like in the pot of the plant. You can literally just ask the plant to protect you, and they will protect you. And when they die, even though you are like caring for them as like normal, and they die, it means there's like low vibrations and they just protected you. Okay, messages from the inner child of pile 1. We've got the Three of Swords. There is a past relationship. It might be friendship, it might be romantic, that has caused a big wound, and your inner child wants you to concentrate on this wound and heal it with some shadow work. There are many ways how you can do. No, okay. They say not shadow work, but to rather talk to this person. Maybe you're still in contact with this person. Your inner child really says talk with this person or write a letter to them. Or what you can also do, maybe they mean that. Dab with it. It might be that you should sit down and meditate and call on the higher self of this person and talk with the higher self. That's what I like to do. And it's really healing, and your inner child really wants you to heal this wound because it's causing you a lot of problems, and your inner child really wants you to be able to be free from this wound it also wants to remind you that healing isn't linear. Like, it can go good, and then a few weeks later you feel very bad and feel like so hurt about the situation. A little later you feel totally energized and feel so happy and feel like you have let go of the situation. Then you feel angry, then you feel sad, and then you feel happy again. That's so normal when you heal, okay? So don't worry if this is how you heal. If this is how things happen for you, just allow any emotions to come up and don't shame yourself for it. Like, don't feel shame for crying or for being angry or anything. Allow any feeling to come up, okay? Okay, we've got messages from the inner child of pile 1. Messages from the inner child of pile 1. Seven of Swords. About this trickster around you. They told you a lie, or they causing nightmares. They showed you something, like a vision, or like something that they said to you. You spoke with them, you communicated with them, or they gave you downloads or something like this. And your spirit guides and your inner child, it's about your inner child and your spirit guides. Your inner child is saying they lied to you and to let go of this belief. Because it's not true. You will know what they mean. Like, you will know what your inner child means. It's something that they said. Maybe they insulted you or something like this. And it's not true. It's not the truth. Okay? Like, your inner child is really saying, don't believe them. Don't believe what they said. And get rid of them. Banish them. You can banish it with smudging sticks, with incense, with water, with salt. You can ask your spirit guides, like, really ask your spirit guides, they will take care of it. One last message from the inner child of pile 1. We have the 2 of Swords in reverse. What I get with this is, stop being so pessimistic. Try to pray and to be grateful. And make yourself a gratitude list. Like, what they mean with this is, write down 5 things a day what you're grateful for. Like, your spirit guides too, but your inner child really wants you to live life to the fullest and to see the good things in life. Like, for example, just be grateful for clear water, that you are able to have clear water, that you are able to go to the doctor if you are able to, that you are able to walk on your own if you are able to, that you can breathe. Yeah, if you're able to. But just write down little things. That's okay. But be grateful for the things that you have, because it will attract things that you want when you are grateful for the things that you have. And that's also everything that I have for you. I hope you liked this reading. I hope you feel connected with your inner child. And I'm wishing you the best of luck with your situation. And I'm sending you a lot of love and healing energy. And I will see you in my next one. Bye. Welcome pile 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose pile 2, this lovely deck, or this absolutely beautiful rose quartz. Rose quartz is one of my favorite crystals. I love it so much. It's so beautiful. It helps me a lot. I just bought myself like a necklace with a huge chunk of rose quartz. What I'm going to show you. It's huge. Look at this. It's amazing. And I just bought it, and I love it already so much. Like, it's like, when I bought it, it already was like charged so much with energy, with with loving energy. So I had to buy it. It's beautiful. So yeah, maybe get yourself some rose quartz, because rose quartz is great for love, and especially for self-love. Like, I love to use it for self-love and not to attract love, because it helps with it a lot. It's literally the color of love, like self-love. Yeah, pink. So, what we are going to do today is a reading about messages from your inner child. And the plan is that I first will look into your situation so you can see if you resonate with it, or if you resonate with any other pile. Then we will going to see what your inner child has to say to you. And yeah, so let's see. Let's shuffle the cards. I have a candle next to me and it's literally flickering right now, which is cool. Okay. Let's give it another shuffle. Okay. Let's see, what kind of situation is pile 2 in? I just wanted to say pile 1, so if you feel drawn to pile 1, watch it. 56 of Swords. You are in a very bad mood. You feel grumpy, to be honest. I'm sorry, I don't want to insult you. But you feel grumpy, you feel very or sad or angry. You feel like something happened to you. Like, it feels like something happened to you. It feels like you had to let go of something or you lost something, to be honest. It's more that you lost something. And you feel very down about it. So I don't know what it is. You will know what it is. And I just saw an angel number 3030. So it was confirmation. So you lost something. Maybe you lost someone. Which, if this is so, I'm so sorry. And I'm wishing, like, I'm sending you loving energies and healing energies. It's always hard to lose someone. Yeah. Okay. What kind of situation is pile 2 in right now? Knight of Wands. That's not a situation that you're in right now, but your spirit guides wanted to say this to you. Things are going to get better soon. Things are going to work out. If you applied for something, you are going to get a positive result. Yeah, it feels like you maybe applied to a new job or a new college or something like this, and it's going to be positive. Something great is going to happen to you because, like, I see this person being all happy and dancing and having fun, and yeah, what I get with this really is that you will feel happy soon. Things are going to get better. What kind of situation is pile 2 in right now? You need to ground. Okay, I just felt myself, like, I felt like levitating, or what it felt like, to be honest, and it's not going away, it felt like astral traveling for a second. It felt like astral traveling. Maybe you just astral traveled. That was so crazy because I tried to astral travel a lot and it happened to me twice, and I'm still trying to achieve it one more time, or like a few more times, but I'm trying to achieve it one more time, and I felt just like levitating out of my body. Like, it was an out of body experience for a second, just a second, and now I feel like very dizzy. So maybe you just astral traveled, or you just maybe dreamed. So maybe you had a lucid dream. That was crazy. Oh my god. Okay, we've got the King of Cups in reverse. Two things I get with this. Either you need to meditate more, or you are just meditated. Maybe you like to meditate and your spirit guides want you to do it more. And yeah, they want you to feel more connected to the earth because you feel very flighty, you feel very airy. So maybe you are an air sign. That would be Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. I always forget Libra. Maybe you're an air sign because you feel so airy. That's so crazy. That's funny. Okay. What kind of situation is pile 2 in right now? I never had a reading like this. It's really different than from other readings. Okay, we've got the High Priestess. Okay. Okay. Yin, if you're here, hi. So I was reminded of something that my spirit guides told me today. I'm learning to become a shaman. Or shaman. I think it's shaman. Shamanism is... oh my god, that was German. Shamanism. So I'm learning to become one. And I was just shown someone not knowing that they are going to be one at some point. And I was today told by my spirit guides that my twin flame is supposed to be a shaman too at some point. And they were like, don't tell them though. They have to find out on their own. So, Yin, if you are here, I'm here to tell you, you're going to be a shaman, just like me. That's Spirit's plan. It would be so funny if you're here right now. So, yeah, hi, if you are here. So, but what I wanted to say is, you're going to be a very spiritual person in the future. Either you might be a shaman, or witch, or priestess. You can also be several things at one time. Like, for example, I'm currently learning to become a high priestess and also a shaman. It's possible. So you might be very spiritual inclined. You might have very great connection with spirit. Maybe you're a medium, to be honest. Did I tell you what color this is? It's the high priestess. I don't know if I showed the card, but you will be someone who's very big when it comes to spirituality. So, like, you will have your own community and you are going to be a higher person. Like, we are all important, of course, but you will have a high position. So you are very humble, I can tell you that, because Spirit is very careful with whom they choose to be something so important when it comes to spirituality. So you're such a great person and such a loving person. You might be a starseed, and you are, of course, you are a light worker. That's what I feel. Okay, we've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you need to ground yourself more. You feel very ungrounded. You feel like you are always in your head, maybe daydreaming a lot. Maybe you're also Pisces or Pisces rising or Pisces Mercury. No, not Mercury. Okay, so I just heard Spirit say yes. So might be Pisces Mercury. You feel very dreamy, which is so sweet. I love it. I love this energy because it reminds me so much of me. This, like, for real, this pile could be for me right now. Like, I get the same messages when I do readings for me. So you feel very dreamy. You feel very in your, like, with the head in the clouds and just dreaming about things and dreaming about the future and being like this very creative person. So you might have a lot of Neptune influence. Okay. I've got the Five of Swords in reverse. Could it be that you have a headache right now? Or did you have like a lot of headaches? And Spirit is saying that you should try out some Reiki. Should do some Reiki because it might be a blockage of energy that is causing you to have this pain. So maybe you went to the doctors and they didn't find anything. And maybe you also have sleeping problems. There might be my third eye just heard, so there might be a blockage with your third eye or your crown chakra. So do some Reiki or clear the energy field. Just cleanse the energy field and get rid of like old and cluttered energy. So that might help you. And also wearing headscarves or heads, like something that is protecting your crown chakra, might help you. Okay, what kind of situation is pile 2 in right now, Spirit? Should I use all of these? Okay, Spirit said yes. Okay, we've got the King of Pentacles in reverse. There is an animal guide around you, and I just saw a bunny. I literally just saw my bunny, but there might be an animal guide around you who is guiding you and who wants to work with you, and they are protecting you, and they want to let you know that they are there. And I also just saw a falcon, or it might be no, not important. They said no. So a bunny or a falcon, and the spirit guide is protecting you. And also I just saw someone eating pancakes, so if this is resonating for anyone, I saw you eating pancakes, and what was you feel very abundant. Your energy is very abundant. Like you feel like in the beginning I felt like you're in a very low state, but you feel very high vibrational in general. Like you felt sad, but you are in a high vibration always. Okay, we've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And a clarifier, we have the Two of Swords in reverse. What's meant with that? You might have a very bad relationship when it comes to how you perceive love, because I was confused what Spirit meant with this, and then I looked to my bunnies and they were kissing, and I was like, is this a message from Spirit? I was like, yes, that's the message. So you might have a very twisted view of love, and you might struggle with self-harm, because in this card, I don't even know if the camera is going to show that, this arm is like, it has like many lines, and it reminds me of my own scars that I have. And you might have problems with self-harming yourself, and self-harming yourself doesn't always have to mean that you cut yourself or something like this. It can also mean that you, even though you're tired, you're not going to sleep just because you want to be awake, or even though you're hungry, you don't eat. Something like this. Like, self-harm doesn't always have to be something so big, and like every type of this is bad. Like every type of self-harm that it is like this is bad. But it might be that you struggle with self-love and how you treat yourself and how you perceive love, and that like the idea of love just doesn't fit you, like doesn't, like you don't like it. It's hard for me to speak right now. I don't know why. So, okay, let's see what your inner child has to say to you today. Messages from your inner child of pile 2. Okay, something that I already get before I lay the cards. Do some shadow work. It might help you. Shadow work is very easy. There are many methods. You can meditate. You can have a journal where you write about certain topics. The topic could be, how am I harming myself daily? And then you write about it and just let out any emotion about it. You can meditate with your spirit guides. You can meditate with your higher self. You can meditate with the higher self of someone else. You literally just call on the higher self, and the higher self will show up. You can cut cords with people, cut cords, like energetic cords, with things or behaviors. You can, another way of shadow work, spirit help, writing letters. You can write letters to people you want to speak to that you haven't spoken to in a while, or that you're not able to speak to. And what you're going to do with the letter is either you keep it or you burn it, or you send it if you want to send it. You can also talk with your spirit guides. You can pray. These are things like methods how to do shadow work, and they are very helpful. They are going to show you where you need to heal, and you're going to heal slowly. So this is a great method, and your inner child really wants you to look into that. Okay, messages from the inner child. Okay, another message. If there is a bunny or a pet, it needs more love, it needs more attention. There is a pet, or maybe it's a child. For some people, it could also be a child. Take what resonates. But there is someone around you who needs more attention and who needs more love, because you don't, and I saw a bird just, and that was confirmation for me, you don't care enough for them. Like, you do care about them in an emotional sense, but there needs to be more action. There needs to be more action. Okay, messages from the inner child. Messages to the inner child, from the inner child to pile 2. Okay, we've got strength. What this is saying to me is, you are not a bad person. You're not a bad person. Maybe you see yourself as someone like really bad. Maybe because I just said you don't care enough about, like, not about, for whoever is meant, that you're a bad mom or something, or a bad dad, or a bad parent. That's not the case. You're not a bad person. Like, we we need to learn things, and that's normal. We make mistakes, and that's absolutely okay. That's literally our journey. Your spirit, not your spirit guides, your inner child wants you to know that you are an amazing person, and it's time for you to see that. And that's why you also have to do shadow work, to just accept your shadow self and to work with your shadow self hand in hand, you know? And sorry if you hear this kid, it's very loud outside. But it's time for you to love yourself, because you haven't been loving yourself for too long. Messages from the inner child. Okay. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. Wear the things that you really like. It feels like you might be self-conscious about your body. Is it even how you say it in English? Like you have a bad relationship with your body. You think you are not good enough, or your body is not perfect enough. And your inner child really says, wear the things that you really want to wear. Have fun with yourself. Enjoy life. Really do things that you like, that your inner child liked, or that your inner child likes. It's really time for you to see how amazing you are and to embrace yourself. Yeah, that's like the thing. You need to embrace yourself. You need to embrace your intelligence, your creativity, your ideas, your fashion. Like, it might be that you don't want to wear things that you actually like because you feel like it would not fit you, or it doesn't look good, or people will judge you. And it's time for you to ignore all of these bad voices in your head and just do it. Just have fun. Just enjoy life, okay? Okay, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. It's time for you to... Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It's time for you to... What was I going to say, Spirit? To leave behind all of these bad things that people taught you. Like, for example, it might be that you learned a lot of things about yourself in your childhood from your family. Maybe they treated you very badly. Maybe there was a narcissist. Maybe they were just mean or anything like this. And your inner child really says it's time for you to let these things go and to grow. You might be going through a spiritual awakening right now, and your spirit guides, yeah, your inner child and your spirit guides really want you to see that you're an amazing person, and that these people, they lied because they were literally hollow or shallow. I never know how it's called, but they are literally bad people, or not bad people, but they are also hurt people who hurt other people because they are hurt. So they literally project their wounds onto others, and you were brought up like this, and it's time for you to have a new perception of yourself, because you're an amazing person and you don't see it, but your inner child sees it, and your spirit guides see it, and your inner child really wants to just be accepted. It just wants to be itself without being judged by you. And you heard it, and it's okay that you heard it. It's like literally what happens when we are hurt. We don't accept ourselves as we are, but it's time for you to let this go and to become a new person, and start this chapter of self-love. We've got the Eight of Cups. There's someone that you had to let go, or that left you, that you're still not over yet, and it's time for you to accept this, what happened, because you cannot change it. And there, I was just shown. Okay, we're gonna, how am I supposed to put this in words? Okay. There is a person who don't want contact with you, and you don't want to accept it, and you want to go back to them. Or another scenario would be that you know that they are, trigger warning 3, 2, 1, that they are abusive towards you, and you don't want to leave them. And your inner child really says it's time to let go. It's time to let go of all of these things and just be with yourself. Your spirit guides are going to be there for you. If you have family, your family is going to be there for you. If you have friends, friends are going to be there for you. But you are going to be there for you. And that's the most important thing. Your inner child is there for you. It's literally wanting to be with you and to embrace you and to just be happy with you and help you to heal. But it's really time to let go of this person, to let go of the situation, because it's only dragging you down. It's only hurting you. It's time to let go. It's time to move on. And it's hard, I know, but it's time. You have the Queen of Pentacles. You are so abundant and so amazing, and you deserve so much better in life, and it's time for you to see that. Like this person in this picture, she has like earrings and like these branches and this pentacle and this cool clothing, and everything is so fancy and chic and just amazing. And this is you. You can be this if you really want to. You can have heaven right now. Like I had this saying, and I don't remember where I get this from, where someone said, yeah, I want to be in heaven, and spirit answers, you can have heaven now. And it's literally true. You can learn to let go of certain things and certain habits and wounds and heal, and then you can have all that you want. You can have it all. And spirit really wants to help you, and your inner child wants you to see how amazing you are. Messages from the chat. Your inner child of justice. Your inner child wants to point out that there was an injustice in your childhood and it still suffers from it. So maybe sit down, meditate, and call on your inner child and let your inner child just speak to you, just say to you how it feels, how it wants things to be, how it wants change and anything, like how it wants to have everything changed. And your inner child really says there was something that was not fair and you're still suffering from it, and it like, what's it called? I'm thinking German right now. It kind of made you, it kind of made you to the person that you are today, and there can be change. You can let go of this and evolve and can grow. But there's something, I don't even know what it is, but you will know what I mean, where your inner child is like, something was not fair and I'm still not over it, and it's time for you to tackle this problem and to see that things can change. Okay, messages from the inner child. Messages from the inner child. Pile 2. My throat is so dry, so maybe you also need to work on your throat chakra. Okay, we've got the 8 of Swords in reverse. What I get with this is you are putting yourself in a cage for a person around you, and your inner child wants to be free. You are literally making yourself small, walking on glass for someone, eggshells, walking on eggshells for someone else, and it's not fair. Maybe that's also the situation where your inner child is like, no, it's not fair. I don't want this to be like this. I want change. I want justice. And it's time for you to let this person go. Like, there is someone who is not good for you and you know it, and it's time for you to really let them go because they only hurt you. So please try to let go. I know it's hard. Like, I had to let go of so many people and I loved them so much, but they were so toxic towards me. And 2 years later, I'm very glad that I left them. And I have to be honest, I'm still working on like a few aspects. Like, a few people still are for me very, like, some people are really still hurting me with not being with me anymore, but I had to go through this, and I know that I'm evolving every day, and you can too. But let this person go. Really let this person go. One last message from the inner child. Pile 2. I have the Hierophant. Okay. See this man smiling and just be happy. Your inner child wants you to be happy. That's the last message. Like, all of these colors are so gloomy and so dark, and then we have the Hierophant being this light being and just happy. And what your inner child really wants you is to be happy, to enjoy life more. And it's time for you to let go of the hurt, let go of these things people did to you, and be happy again. Okay? And that's also everything that I have for you. I really hope you enjoyed your reading. I'm wishing you the best of luck. I'm sending you love and positive energies, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Welcome pile 3, welcome to your reading if you chose pile 3 or this beautiful black tourmaline crystal. I love black tourmaline, I love it so much. So yeah, let's see, what we are going to do is look into messages from your inner child. Your inner child can be literally you from birth till yesterday. Your inner child is your past self. And it has often a lot of messages for us, like things we didn't understand yet, or just things we realized. And what we are going to do is, first we are going to look into the situation that you are in currently, and after that I do it so you can see if you resonate with it. And if you don't resonate with it, you can look into the other piles. So you just see if you picked your pile. And then we are going to see in what message your inner child has for you. So yeah, let's start. It's always hard to shuffle these big cards. I don't know how people do it. I always struggle with it. Okay, Spirit, what kind of situation is pile 3 in right now? 3 of wands. You are on a learning process right now. You're learning something new. You might be a spiritual person in a sense of shamanism, druids, witches. What's also there? Things like this. Magical people. You seem very spiritual, very evolved, to be honest, very ancient. Like your soul might be very ancient. You feel very spiritual, very connected with spirit, and it feels like you are learning something new right now. Or spirit's showing me my situation. I have been a witch for 2 years now, and spirit asked me to become a priestess, so I'm learning to become a priestess. And then spirit asked me also to be a shaman, so I'm learning to be a shaman now. So yeah, and it feels like it's something similar, where you are very learning to become a shaman, a druid, a witch, something like this. You learn. You are in the beginner stages, even though you know a lot already. What kind of situation is pile 3 in? Okay, we've got the King of Cups. You might be a Gemini. I have a lot of Gemini influence or Mercury influence. That's actually the only thing that I get from this card. You might be a Gemini. Something else, Spirit? You might like wine, or you might drinking a lemonade right now. And I just saw someone being like, oh my god, how did she know that? So maybe you're really drinking lemonade right now. You might be a guy, or divine masculine, but you feel like a guy. So yeah. Yin, if you're here, hi. I just got shown something that happened to me because my twin flame is gender fluid, and they want to be called he, him right now, and she wanted to pick a card reading of me where I talk to them as they were male in the reading, and misgendered, and they literally Ben called me or texted me and was like, oh my god, I was caught so off guard. And I just got shown that because I said he might be a guy. So Yin, if you're here, yes, welcome to the reading. Okay, what kind of situation is pile 3 in right now? One of my favorite cards, by the way. I like them a lot. Okay, we have the 3 of Cups. You might be very extroverted, have like a lot of friends. Normally I read this card as spirit guides, but it doesn't feel like spirit guides. But this time around, it really feels like you have a lot of friends, or you have like 2 very, very close friends. Maybe you're very selective with whom you allow in your space, and you feel like you have a lot of connections, or you have very, very strong connections. Maybe you only have like one friend, or like a girlfriend, or like partner and one friend, and you feel very close. It also feels like you just talk to them. That's a very interesting reading this time. So it feels like you just talk to them. Maybe you do have a crush on someone and just talk to them, but it feels like you just message them. What kind of situation is pile 3 in right now? What kind of situation is pile 3 in right now? Okay, we've got the 3 of Swords in reverse. What's my with the Spirit? You want revenge. Someone did you dirty and you're just like, I'm not taking their ish. I want revenge. I want justice. And your spirit guides want to remind you that there is a thing called karma, and karma will take care of it and stay out of revenge, because you are going to get karma if you intervene. And your spirit guides really want to remind you to just be with yourself, just accept things as it is, be angry if you want to be angry, be sad if you want to be sad, but don't seek revenge, because it's going to bite you in the butt and it's not good. So be cautious when it comes to this. We have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, Spirit. 10 of Pentacles. You might have a pet around you might have a dog, and you might have a teacher. And again, I'm thinking about like what I said in the beginning, where I said that you might be learning something new. Maybe you are seeking a teacher right now. Maybe you really are a shaman or want to be a shaman, and you really are looking into shamanism. Shamanism. I'm always saying it in German. I'm sorry. Shamanism, and it feels like you look for people who can teach you, or you just found a community who is able to teach you. Hey, messages. No, not messages. Situation of pile 3. Okay, the Magician. Okay. You might have done a spell, or something else that is coming up is you might need to do a spell. You need protection from the evil eye, and I have to sneeze, so this is confirmation. You need protection from the evil eye because someone is sending you the evil eye. Maybe again with the 3 of Swords, someone who really did you dirty, and my candle just flickered. So that was confirmation again. So you might have struggle. I get shown this scenario of a friend of mine, like of my twin flame, that she trusted someone of her family and they backstabbed them. Yeah, they backstabbed them, and it feels like this, like you might have trusted someone maybe from your own family and they backstabbed you, like they literally betrayed you, or they lied, or they talked about you like bad behind your back about you. Yeah, you might need protection from the evil eye. You might need protection in general, like also from spirits if you're spiritual, if you're working with spirit. because there are also low vibrational spirits which can be very dangerous. They can literally physically hurt you, and it's not good, so be careful with that. But Spirit is really saying make some protection spells because you need them right now. Okay. What kind of situation is Pile 3 in right now? What kind of situation is Pile 3 in right now? Two of Cups in reverse. You might already know your twin flame, but you are in separation right now, or at least you are not in a relationship right now. So a twin flame doesn't have to be someone romantic, of course. Maybe it's also not about the twin flames, but rather about a soulmate. It feels like you are, like it might be that you have a crush on them and they are not in a relationship with you yet, or that you know that they are the one and you are not in a relationship and you're taking things slow. It might also be that you're in separation. Maybe you just had an argument with your partner. It might also be, that's something that I get. You might have had an argument just with your partner, just had an argument with your partner, this way around. And you feel not very connected, or more in a friendship way connected. Okay. What kind of situation is Pile 3 in right now? Oh, and the bunnies are being loud. What kind of situation is Pile 3 in? We've got the adjusted judgment. I always ditch this. I always see them the other way around. I always say it wrong. Judgment. Had you had an argument with a family member? Again, this situation of my twin flame is coming up where they had like this argument with their family member, and they backstabbed them. So it really feels like this might be that you trusted someone, that you wanted to trust someone, and they literally just used you or backstabbed you and were just not honest, you know? Okay, that's the situation. So let's see what your inner child has to say to you. It's just from the inner child. It's just from the inner child of Pile 3. Okay, we've got the Emperor. It's time for you to make peace with your father figure. Someone who was this father figure, or you just have to make peace with what happened. You have to accept what happened, because this thing is really, really stirring up some bad energy in your space, like in your chakras. It's blocking you, it's hurting you. There might be a male figure that really hurt you, that really wasn't there. Like, for example, I was shown my situation, like my own father wasn't there for me. He came to me 12 years later and was like, hey, I can be your dad now. And I was like, hell no. But it's time for you to make peace with the situation. It's time for you to make peace with this person. Take it as it resonates. Like, if this person is like really toxic, then don't be with them, of course. Don't allow them back into your space. But if it's the situation where you can talk to them, please. If that's really the situation that you don't get along and you're just angry at this person because they were not there or they hurt you, then it's time for you to let go of what happened and to just move on, to be honest. I know it sounds harsh and I don't mean it as harsh. I just don't know how to say it, how Spirit is showing me it. Move on in the sense of being able to forgive the situation for your own sake, because it's blocking things for you. The universe is showing you this wound, and it's time for you to really heal this wound, okay? So, messages from the inner child of pile 3. Okay, that card wanted to get out. We have temperance. And I get the literal thing that's on the card. Be patient with yourself. You're very hard on yourself. You're very harsh. And it's not good. Like, you really need to allow yourself to be human. Yeah, that's like the thing. Your inner child really wants you to be human to yourself, because you're just a person. You're not a machine. You are not perfect, and it's okay to not be perfect. We don't have to be perfect to be an amazing person. So really try to be more gentle with yourself, because you deserve gentleness. You deserve to be treated gently. Gentle? Yeah, gentle. Don't be too harsh with yourself, because you're only hurting. Like, something that helps me is when I'm harsh to myself, I imagine myself as a child, and I would think, like, would I be this harsh to a child? Like, because I'm literally my inner child still. Like, I'm harsh to myself, I'm mean to myself. Would I be mean with a child? Like, some people may be mean with children, so that's yeah, kind of okay. That's a fair point, but still, imagine yourself as this child and see how you would treat yourself when you were a child still. Okay, we've got the 7 of Pentacles. If you struggle with learning right now or with work, your inner child is saying things are going to get better soon. Like, you're going to have success with what you're learning. It might seem like, you struggle a lot right now, like you don't get forward, and your inner child is saying things are going to get better soon. Messages from your inner child. Also, something they are showing me is, grab yourself a journal and write letters to yourself, and like continuously write letters to yourself whenever you have time. And at some point, read the book, like read the journal, and it's something so beautiful. Like, I do this too. I have like a journal where I write letters to myself, and sometimes when I feel very down, very low vibrational, I read a few of these letters, and I'm just so happy, because I see that my past self was really thinking of me and giving me compliments and being just nice to me. And that's really what your spirit guides want you to do, and your inner child wants you to do. Okay, messages from the inner child of pile 3. Okay, we've got Knight of Pentacles. Why is it so dark now? Excuse me. Why is it dark? I have lights on. Oh, now you can see my shadow. I don't like that. Well, okay, we've got Knight of Pentacles. It's time for you to learn new things. Like, look a little bit into astrology, into witchcraft if you're interested in witchcraft. Look a little bit into things that interest you. Maybe you want to learn another language or something like this. Really look into it, because you can still learn a lot, and your inner child wants you to be more not cautious, curious. Like, I just saw Alice in Wonderland, and she always says curious, and what does she say? But she said something of curious. And yeah, your inner child wants you to be more curious, to try out new things, to have, like, try out new hobbies, try out new stuff, find new friends, find a community, try learn more about spirituality, about whatever you want to learn about, learn a new language, learn about a culture, things like this. Like, really get into that. Messages from the inner child. Messages from the inner child. Pile 3. Okay, we've got the 9 of Cups. You are supposed to have your own business at some point. You are supposed to be a freelancer, and entrepreneur. Oh my god, I hate this word so much. Entrepreneur. No, I don't know. A freelancer. A freelancer. Like maybe you're an Aquarius. Maybe you have like a lot of Aquarius in your chart, or you are very influenced by Uranus. Um, but you're supposed to have your own business, and your inner child wants you to look into methods how to have your own business, like really learn about maybe economics, about psychology even. um, Look into the things that are important to learn when it comes to owning a business, because you're supposed to be very successful with it. And entrepreneur, entrepreneur, is it the word? Oh my god, they just said it in my head. Like, I heard it in my head, but I can't pronounce it. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Entrepreneur. I don't know. But you're supposed to have like your own business, and your spirit guides also, but your inner child really wants you to look into these things to learn whatever needs to be learned to prepare yourself. That's what I want to say. It's time for you to prepare yourself for having this responsibility. And maybe you don't want that, but to be honest, it really feels like you might want something like this. So also, if you are changing, like wanting to go abroad, like in another country, learn about this country, learn about the culture, learn how to make yourself their home, and how to be successful with it. Messages from the inner child of pile 3. No more cards want to come out. Okay, Mr. Oh, okay. Hangman reverse. Okay, what's meant with this spirit? Or inner child of pile 3? There's a memory of childhood that your inner child is showing me, like someone having, like being between leaves, like when it's autumn and they gather all leaves on one place. I don't know how it's called. I'm shown that maybe you have like a lot of connections with autumn. Maybe it's your favorite season. But what your inner child is trying to say is try to have more fun, be more open. Again, like I already said that, but they want you to play. They want you to try out new things, to have fun, to do things your inner child always wanted to do things that your inner child really loved to do. Really look into that. Like, go out, climb on trees, eat your favorite candy, make yourself something delicious to eat, have a bubble bath that is like comforting you, go outside and take a walk, play with animals, do something that is fun, like have fun. That's like something big that your inner child is trying to say. Have fun. You're too serious, you're too hard on yourself, you're too serious with yourself, you're too serious with life. So take it a little bit lighter. And it's easy to say that because literally that's me. Like, I have so many problems when it comes to just having fun. I'm always so serious about life, and I'm always like, I have to learn so much, I have to do so much, I have to achieve so much, and I never have like playing time. And your inner child says, play, have fun. Okay, messages from Three of Cups. It's time for you to find yourself a community and to connect more with your spirit guides. Your spirit guides really want to connect with you, so maybe you already work with them, maybe you don't. What you do is you can literally just meditate and call on them. So meditate, or you can pick a card, like watch pickle card readings to communicate with them. Like, they will communicate with you. But you can also buy yourself your own tarot deck and communicate with them. But the thing of this is you really have to put up protection spells so you're safe and you don't connect with low vibrational spirits, because they easily trick us. They love to use us and have fun with hurting us. So be careful with that. But really connect with your spirit guides if you're able to. Just meditate or pray to them or anything like this. Really, really connect with them. Okay, messages from now. One last message from your inner child. The last message is watch the moon. It's 8 of Cups. And what I get with this is, maybe you like to do this as a child. Like sitting on the window and watching the moon. But that's what I get with this. Like, observe your environment, observe the people and animals and like plants and things around you. Look to the stars and connect a little bit with starseeds. I also get. So if you feel like you're a starseed, I just saw Sirian starseed and Andromedan. So maybe you feel connected to that. But that's your message. So look a little bit into starseeds. And that's also everything that I have for you, pile 3. I really hope you enjoyed your reading. I really hope you liked it. And I'm wishing you best luck, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.